Fresh in the showcase here at SwissWatchExpo, we've got another Panerai video coming up for you, and this is a great one for the budget-minded Paneristi. Today, this new arrival that we just got in is one that I instantly caught my attention. This is a Panerai Radiomir Black Seal, and it's super interesting. The first thing you're going to notice is the black ceramic case. I think I've been very forthright in these videos in the past that I am a sucker for ceramic, black ceramic cases in particular, and this one is no different, and it looks fantastic in a classic Panerai shape. The Black Seal, I've learned through some research about this line, actually refers to the wetsuit that the Italian divers that were originally the wearers of this watch. That it refers to the wetsuits that they wore. And at first I thought that the wetsuit being black, and of course Black Seal because of the material and all that, would reference this ceramic case before I found out the original Black Seal was actually just a regular stainless steel case. So I'm not really sure what that means. There's a lot of people who say, you know, Panerai's, the way that they name their lines and their special editions doesn't necessarily have any intrinsic meaning to it. And you know what? That's fine, because it's a beautiful watch anyway, and it's classic and one of the most reasonably priced Panerais on the market today. So let's just go ahead and get into this beautiful watch, why don't we? The first thing you'll notice, of course, is the black case, and I do love, this is not the sandwich dial that Panerai is known for. This is an applied markers here, but they do look fantastic on this waffle pattern dial, and this is a very Royal Oak reminiscent dial that we have here. And the one thing about the Black Seal, it's meant to be sort of an entry-level Panerai in addition to the base line, although I do think I kind of prefer the Black Seal if you're not a fan of the logo. I know a lot of people aren't. So the Black Seal is a bit more of a traditional one in that regard. And I do love that instead of the sandwich dial, you've got a bit of a more unique look here. This is the waffle pattern dial. It looks so much like a Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, and I do think it looks great with these embossed markers here as well. Very plain. We've got just a 12, 3, 6, and 9 with stick markers in between. So I do love that they are really letting the waffle pattern show here. This is definitely the star of the dial, as it were. Of course, if you zoom out ever so slightly and you look at this case, a super clean look. I do love the matte finish on it. This looks very much reminiscent of like a matte finish on a Mercedes-Benz. And of course, if you happen to own a car like that, this watch would match marvelously with it, and I would encourage you to wear them together. The bezel also perfectly smooth, and I do love the step down look here too. We do have a flat, very slightly domed crystal here, so this does give it a very streamlined look, which is great because as far as Panerais go, this is a relatively thin case, and the reason for that is this does have a 3-day manual winding movement. This is not an automatic watch. One of the many reasons why this is meant to be a bit more of a budget-friendly watch, especially as far as ceramic cases go, and of course that's why this is first Panerai that you're considering, especially if you are not a fan of the Luminor's Crown Guard, which I happen to not be. This would be a fantastic addition for you. Or if you're a lefty like me too, a couple of great reasons to get this watch. Of course, if you zoom out ever so slightly farther, one of the things I love is the contrast you get with this strap here. This is a beautiful looking reptile skin strap, and it's a very light tan color. You do get a very sharp contrast against the black case with this. So there's a lot of different directions you can go with this. You could absolutely do something more traditional like a black rubber to make this more of a traditional diver's watch, but I happen to love the option you get here. And let's be honest, you're probably not going to be diving in this thing anyway, are you? But just to be safe, we pressure tested this just in case you decided to one day. Again, as I mentioned, very thin case as far as Panerais go, but that's great. This is sort of a very unique sort of dressy look, at least as far as Panerai goes. We grade on a curve when we're talking about those watches. And the case back, again, very plain. Nothing, nothing exhibition here. Just literally officine Panerai with Black Seal ceramic on the back. And this is specifically a screw down, not a sort of twist down Caseback, which I don't know what, I assume that's going to be just as water resistant as a more traditional Panerai Caseback, but I do think I love a very subtle sort of look against the back of this against the back of this black ceramic. All in all, it's a relatively simple watch, but of course, what we're asking is, or what Panerai is asking, is for the details in this to really shine through. The very subtleties, of course, in the dial, in the case, and you gotta love black ceramic if you love you gotta love black ceramic in order to love this watch. And of course, if you do, this should absolutely be the one for you. Ton of strap options with Panerai, whether or not you love this lizard skin. But I happen to love the contrast with it. And if you're looking to get into Panerai or looking to sort of add to the Panerai collection, if you already have more of a traditional stainless steel one, this is one you should absolutely consider. And again, it's one of the more reasonably priced one on the market today. Of course, we've got a ton of options in Panerai and otherwise, and I hope you're liking and subscribing to this channel if you haven't already to see the fantastic things we are bringing to you every week here at SwissWatchExpo.com.